are protected. Ajit Pawar's son spared in the land scam. Officials have been sacrificed. Owner of the company, Parth Pawar, spared. Debating tonight at 8 p.m. Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड में मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, मसाला।
China and Japan are clashing verbally over Taiwan. Tensions between China and Japan have risen over Taiwan's security. Japan has signaled it may intervene in a potential conflict, viewing it as a threat to its own stability. China condemned this as meddling, issuing strong warnings and summoning diplomats. This conflict started when Japan's newly appointed Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, issued a direct warning to China during a session of the country's parliament. She stated that a conflict in the Taiwan Strait could represent a survival-threatening situation for Japan, implying that Tokyo might need to intervene militarily to protect its interests. This marked a bold escalation in Japan's stance on the Taiwan issue, signaling readiness to support Taiwan against potential Chinese action. Takaichi's comments, delivered amid rising regional tensions, prompted an immediate and sharp rebuke from Beijing, highlighting the fragile balance in East Asia and the risk of broader confrontation.
The remarks made by the Japanese leader on Taiwan constitute an interference in China's internal affairs and a serious violation of the One China principle and the basic norms governing international relations. Such words are extremely irresponsible and dangerous in nature and have caused very negative impact.
Taiwan is an island of 23 million people, situated about 100 miles off China's southeast coast. China regards it as a breakaway province under the One China principle, insisting that other countries acknowledge this and avoid treating Taiwan as a sovereign state. Taiwan, however, maintains its own government, conducts elections, and runs an independent economy, a setup rooted in 1949 when China's civil war concluded with the defeated nationalist forces retreating to the island while the communists consolidated power on the mainland. This division has persisted without full-scale war, but mutual distrust has grown. China has intensified its military presence around Taiwan in recent years, viewing reunification as a national goal. For instance, in October this year, H-6K bombers from the People's Liberation Army Air Force conducted flights over the island, while June exercises involved over 70 aircraft, including J-16 fighters and unmanned drones, crossing the median line of the Taiwan Strait. Naval operations have featured Type 052D destroyers and Type 054A frigates patrolling the waters. Beijing frames these as defensive drills to deter independence moves.
Japan claims to be a peace-loving nation, yet the Takaichi administration has made vague and ambiguous remarks. China is seriously concerned about Japan's recent military and security developments.
In turn, the United States supplies Taiwan with arms like Patriot missiles and F-16.
Was Congress pushing China's anti-Rafale campaign?
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
From your smartphones to your smart televisions, trending stories are breaking the internet. Tonight, we have packed for you. Let's start with Janhvi Jindal, as she does India proud with winning a major feat with 11 Guinness World Records. And then comes the much controversial US-Saudi meet. Despite the US intelligence findings linking the prince to the 2018 Washington journalist murder, he also went viral for dismissing this important address and instead harping about his lack of sleep schedule. And lastly, we see an outage on Amazon Web Services. We have this and a lot more packed in this episode for you tonight. I'm Oyana and this is Trending. At just 17, Janhvi Jindal from Chandigarh has rewritten India's sporting history, not with stadiums, sponsors or formal training, but with YouTube videos, footpaths, grit and a pair of skates. Today, she stands as India's highest female Guinness World Record holder with 11 Guinness titles, second only to Sachin Tendulkar's 19 among Indian sportspersons. What makes her journey even more extraordinary is that Janhvi is entirely self-taught. With no access to professional training, she practiced for hours watching YouTube tutorials on local streets and open grounds, pioneering unique forms like Bhangra on skates and yoga on skates, making her one of the most innovative freestyle skaters in the country. She began her Guinness record journey at 16 and she has already surpassed Aryan Shukla, the previous under-18 record holder. Janhvi has a total of 21 major records to her name, including the 11 Guinness World Records. They entail 11 Guinness World Records and 8 India Book Records, 1 Asia Book Record and 1 Worldwide Book of Records title. Joining us live, ladies and gentlemen, is Janhvi Jindal herself. Let's go straight across to her. She's the woman of the moment. Janhvi, if you can hear me, thank you for joining us on Trending this evening. 11 Guinness World Record titles at your young age. First up, how does it feel?
Hi everyone, it is feeling amazing and it is such a huge honor that I'm able to have 11 Guinness World Record title under my name, becoming the highest Guinness World Record holder female in India and second highest after Sachin Tendulkar as a sports player. It is amazing.
Janhvi, you know, I have to ask you, when you're spinning 12 rotations in just 30 seconds, what is it that is going through your mind at the time? You're nervous, you're full of tension, or are you at ease? What is it that is playing through your mind at the time?
I am sorry, I'm not able to hear you.
Janvi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. My question to you was, when you're spinning 12 rotations in just a mere 30 seconds, it can pass by in just a blink of an eye. I want to ask you, what is it that's running through your mind at the time? Are you nervous? Are you at ease? Tell us your feelings. Tell us how you ease through it.
Well, it is definitely very stressful because the whole years of practice is just dependent on that 30 seconds, and 30 seconds spinning without any break at your top high speed at the most capability of your body. It is very tougher, but at the very exact moment, equally exciting. I think at that moment, definitely something goes in. I should not fall. I should be calming myself. And the other part of me, that's the child, it's very excited. And I think it's one of the experiences one should always have.
Right. Janvi, how do you balance your, time with education, your studies, and with any other hobbies that you enjoy, and of course, your passion for skating?
I'm doing my plus 2 right now from 16 model, a government school of Chandigarh. And of course, there's the point that it's a board class and I have to study as well as do my skating. I try that I do my studies while I'm traveling or whenever I have my free time on my hand. I try doing it from the YouTube lessons or home tutoring or something within those things. I also try that I'm able to manage my gym, yoga, skating classes, skating practice, all within the 24-hour day schedule.
Right. Janvi, one final question before I let you go. Any message that you have for young girls out there who are eyeing a similar Guinness World Record for just like you?
Well, I just want to say one thing to all the children, especially the girls, that I have learned everything through internet, and I think that internet is a source that is available in every household nowadays. I think I have proved that learning a physical game from the internet, it's possible, and I think you can achieve the same, and maybe another day you will become the next Guinness World Record holder.
All right, Janvi, thank you for joining us on Trending and giving us an insight into your journey. We'll surely contact you soon. All right, viewers, there seldom are days when the US President Donald Trump has not hit the headlines. Today, it's no different as he makes it to the headlines yet again. This time, it's over meeting the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Despite the US intelligence indicating the latter's involvement in the 2018 murder of Washington journalist Jamal Khashoggi, sending shockwaves through the US-Saudi relationship, this meeting between the US President and the Saudi Crown Prince doesn't come without its own share of controversy. This visit of the Crown Prince also marks the first in over 7 years. The meeting invited a whirlwind of critique and controversy as Trump not only sidelined the US intelligence findings and even dismissed the claims on the contrary, but also went on to warmly welcome Mohammed bin Salman to the White House. In fact, that's not all. He took offense that the subject was raised at all during what he intended to be a splashy show of respect, and went on to slam the reporter, longtime ABC White House correspondent Mary Bruce, who questioned him about the murder.
Mr. President, is it appropriate, Mr. President, for your family to be doing business in Saudi Arabia while you're president? Is that a conflict of interest? And Your Royal Highness, the U.S. intelligence concluded that you orchestrated the brutal murder of a journalist. 9/11 families are furious that you are here in the Oval Office. Why should Americans trust you? And the same to you, Mr. President.
Now, who are you with?
I'm with ABC News, sir.
You're with who?
ABC News, sir.
Fake news. ABC fake news. One of the worst in the business. But I'll answer your question. I have nothing to do with the family business. I have left, and when I've devoted 100% of my energy. What my family does is fine. They do business all over. They've done very little with Saudi Arabia, actually. I'm sure they could do a lot. And anything they've done has been very good. That's what we've done. We've built a tremendous business for a long time. I've been very successful. I decided to leave that success behind and make America very successful. And I've made America more successful by far than it ever was and that it ever could have been, no matter who was president. There would be nobody bringing in $21 trillion, that I can tell you right now. As far as this gentleman is concerned, he's done a phenomenal job. You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen. But he knew nothing about it, and we can leave it at that. You don't have to embarrass our guest by asking a question like that.
And well, this dismissal of the US intelligence findings led to the widow of journalist Jamal Khashoggi demanding an apology from Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for her husband's killing after he called it a huge mistake. Hanan Khashoggi, in a post on social media platform X, said that there was no justification to murder her husband and the Saudi Crown Prince should compensate her for the loss. Her post has garnered This, unfortunately, viewers, won't be the only time that Trump played foul to a reporter. Not too long ago, in fact, prior to the US president reversing his position and announcing that he would endorse the House vote on the release of the Epstein files, one journalist clearly hit a nerve by asking about the files, leading to a sexist insult made by Trump to go viral.
Dictated a couple of memos or something we bring. You're going to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including J.P. Morgan shares. Yeah, Jennifer, go ahead.
Incriminating in the files, Venezuela, sir.
Quiet.
Venezuela, sir. You've had a lot of meetings on Venezuela. I know you can't tell us what your next steps will be.
And viewers, here are the news piping hot off the internet to your screens. These are the hot trends of the day. Pariniti Chopra and Raghav Chadha, who became parents on the 19th of October this year, have revealed their baby boy's name as Neer. Shared via a joint Instagram post on the 19th of November, the name blends elements of both parents' names and carries deeper meaning. In Sanskrit, Neer is associated with water, symbolizing clarity, softness, purity, and serenity, giving the name a calm and meaningful essence. On his 53rd birth anniversary, Assam's legendary singer Zubeen Garg received a massive tribute as 25,000 artists performed his hit song Mayabini in Assamese and Bodo at Chandamari, Kokrajhar. The event, held at the site of a proposed park in his honor, drew huge crowds and earned recognition from the India Book of Records and Asia Book of Records for the biggest group performance. Fans from across Assam and beyond joined in to celebrate the beloved musician. Jimmy Kimmel says the growing scrutiny around the Jeffrey Epstein scandal is clearly weighing on Donald Trump. On the 18th of November, both the House and Senate voted overwhelmingly to release the Epstein files, and Trump has been visibly irritated, lashing out at reporters who questioned him about it. Kimmel joked that Trump is not a happy little meal right now and loses his cool whenever Epstein's name comes up. Scott McTominay delivered the moment of his career as Scotland ended their 28-year wait for the FIFA World Cup qualification. The Napoli star and Series A Player of the Year scored a breathtaking overhead kick in the 3rd minute against Denmark at Hampden Park, converting a Ben Gannon dope cross and evoking memories of Cristiano Ronaldo's 2018 Champions League strike. Scotland went on to win 4-2, sealing their first World Cup berth since 1998. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department has appealed for a public help to identify a man who robbed a casino at gunpoint. The incident took place on the 13th of November this year around 10:29 p.m. in the night on Rampart Boulevard. In a newly released video, the masked suspect is seen pointing a gun at an employee. Officers reached the scene within minutes, and the commercial robbery unit is now leading the investigation. Cheerful first day at work post by a new Cloudflare system engineer went viral after the company suffered a massive global outage just hours later. The photo shared by Bunny Says on X showed the office lobby and marked their start at Cloudflare. Social media users quickly turned the coincidence into memes, jokingly blaming the new hire with posts like, "What did you press?" gaining millions of views. Zoho CEO Sridhar Vembu's advice for young entrepreneurs to marry and have children in their 20s has ignited debate on career, marriage and finances. He shared his views in response to Upasana Konidela's ex-post about students at IIT Hyderabad, noting that more men than women expressed interest in marriage while women seemed more career-focused. Vembu emphasized that early marriage is important both socially and personally. South Africa face injury concerns ahead of the second test against India at Guwahati's Barsapara Stadium. Off-spinner Simon Harmer is dealing with a shoulder injury, while left-arm pacer Marco Jansen is also nursing a niggle. Both players were examined at Kolkata's Woodlands Hospital, the same facility that treated Shubman Gill's injury. Former England cricketer Kevin Pietersen responded to critics over his support for India, explaining his deep connection with the country. Pietersen, who has a huge fan base in India, says he's never faced disrespect or negativity there and has always felt valued. "India gave me its heart first and I now return the love tenfold," he added, addressing the recent social media criticism. And viewers, the US president cuts no slack when it comes to going viral on the internet. Today is no different, as Trump has made it to the headlines and, well, the meme fest. This as he issues a clarification over the quote-unquote snooze fest allegations he's garnered over clips of him falling asleep through Oval House press conferences and important international meetings going viral. Yesterday, in fact, he went on to insist that he's not much of a sleeper, which isn't much of a consolation just days after he was filmed looking fast asleep. Yes, viewers, eyes sealed and slumped in his chair while hosting an Oval Office press conference earlier this month. And yes, this isn't the first Trump snooze moment to have caught the internet's eye. Netizens have multiple occasions prior to this shared clips of the president dozing off amid key meetings and conferences, adding to instances where Trump became the fodder for a meme fest. The internet is in fact replete with moments of the US president falling asleep, all of which has resurfaced now as yet another snooze clip gets added to the viral collection. And Donald Trump's clarification came amidst an Oval Office meeting with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Yesterday, a Saudi reporter asked Trump of his work ethic, as Trump had prior heaped praises for the Crown Prince's work ethic during his visit to Riyadh in May. Trump had jumped at the opportunity to clarify and smoothen his newest dent on his image, as he said that both him and the Saudi Crown Prince are too busy thinking about our countries to rest. And what's funnier is that while issuing this said clarification, he didn't fail to take a dig at his favorite punching bag and fall guy, former US President Joe Biden, whom he ironically is increasingly likened to amid his recurring incoherencies.
Much, and I don't sleep much. I think we have the same schedule. We're thinking about our countries. And if you sleep a lot and you're president, we just had one that slept more than any president. He broke every record. He sleeps all the time, during the day, during the night, on the beach. The only guy could fall asleep on the beach with the press watching. No, he's not a sleeper. I'm not a sleeper. We don't. We talk at night. We can talk. I can call him almost any time. He goes, "Hi, how you doing?" It's like the craziest times. But now, when you love your job, when you love your country, and when you're in a position like we are, future king, highly respected, crown prince, and in my case, president, You're thinking about your country. You're thinking about making America great again. We're thinking about keeping Saudi Arabia strong and vital and in a pretty tough part of the world, tricky part, right? Tricky part. A lot of tricky people. But he thinks about his country and I think about my country. I don't want to sleep.
All right, viewers, moving on. After several apps faced disruptions yesterday, Amazon Web Services have now been down for hundreds of users. Reports on Down Detector show major outages across cities. This comes just a month after AWS suffered a similar global outage. Cloudflare too reported issues earlier today, raising concerns of widespread server disruptions as website networks and platforms like X and ChatGPT see intermittent trouble. Let me go across to Himanshu, who joins me live from the digital newsroom. Himanshu, this certainly seems to be a challenging year for the global digital ecosystem.
Iona, yesterday Cloudflare saw a configuration change, and that resulted in millions of websites across the globe going down or the servers getting slow. Today, Amazon Web Services, that is one of the biggest server providers, who had issues about configuration in its system, and that resulted in thousands of users actually complaining on Down Detector about the slowness of the servers. However, AWS Amazon Web Services is yet to respond to that, but in coming probably few hours we'll come to know what possibly caused that outage. But this is one of the biggest internet companies, and that means that you will have like servers across the globe, millions of websites and some systems, and all will probably have such issues. So we are still waiting for an official confirmation, but we'll keep you updated as and when we get to know what actually caused AWS disruption.
Right. All right, Himanshu, thank you for joining us on Trending this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we quickly move on and we end this show tonight with a glimpse into the 11th edition of the annual Indo-Sri Lanka exercise Mitra Shakti, which is actively progressing with the Sri Lanka Army at the foreign training node Belagavi. Troops from both the nations are showcasing seamless coordination and high operational proficiency during joint drills conducted across urban and semi-urban terrain. The exercise serves to reaffirm India and Sri Lanka's shared commitment to regional peace and security while significantly deepening defense cooperation, strengthening camaraderie, and building lasting bonds between the two armies.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध, MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा.
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात. वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है. अरे मेरे राजा.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ. डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा. अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ. सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र.
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का.
MDH की देगी मिर्च. मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो.
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता. टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल. ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े. क्या निराला MDH मसाला. मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो.
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता. टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, With you always.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डवेयर मसाला
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
Scam proven, deal scrapped, Pawar protected. Ajit Pawar's son spared in the land scam. Officials have been sacrificed. Owner of the company, Parth Pawar, spared. Debating tonight at 8 p.m. Co-powered by Century Ply, Club Prime, Raho Befikar.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े क्या निराला MDH मसाला
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डवेयर मसाला
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks of legacy, from diamonds that celebrate ambition to festive gold that honors tradition. LD Sons.
MDH की देगी मिर्च
देगी मिर्च का तड़का अंग अंग फड़का
MDH की देगी मिर्च मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो
सर पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा
Some places feel like they've been waiting for you, where every piece speaks.
Hi, this is Sandeep Sekar, AD and CEO, Nippon India Mutual Fund. And I'm very excited to be part of India Economic Summit hosted by Republic Business, happening on 28th of November 2025 at Republic Headquarters in Noida. See you there.
Co-powered by Century Ply, Club Prime, Raho Befikar.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया